Hi everyone, welcome to English Story School, where we embark on an exciting journey of language learning through captivating stories. Have you ever wondered what thoughts and feelings lie just beneath the surface of noise? What if the answers you seek are hidden in the quiet moments of your life? Today, we're diving into the power of silence, exploring how embracing silence can transform our thoughts, enhance our creativity, and deepen our connections with ourselves and others. Let's take a moment to imagine a young man named Alex. He lived in a bustling city where noise was a constant companion. Traffic honking, sirens blaring, and the never-ending chatter of people all around him. Despite being surrounded by friends and activity, Alex often felt a sense of emptiness. He was always plugged in, music playing in his earbuds, notifications pinging on his phone, but he rarely experienced true stillness. One day, feeling overwhelmed, he decided to take a walk in the nearby park, leaving behind the chaos. As Alex strolled through the park, he was struck by the simplicity of nature around him. The gentle rustle of leaves whispered secrets as they danced in the soft breeze, creating a melody that felt both calming and inviting. Each rustle seemed to urge him to slow down, to listen more closely, as if the trees themselves were offering him a moment of respite from the clamor of his usual life. He paused for a moment, closing his eyes and breathing deeply. In that stillness, the distant chirping of birds floated through the air, their songs weaving a tapestry of sound that brought a smile to his face. It was a reminder that life existed beyond the screens and sounds he was so accustomed to. The wind, like an old friend, wrapped around him, carrying with it the earthy scent of the park, grounding him in the present. With every breath, he felt the weight of his worries begin to lift, if only slightly. In that sacred space, away from the distractions of modern life, the incessant notifications, the chatter of friends, and the relentless hum of the city, Alex found a profound stillness. It enveloped him like a warm blanket, comforting yet invigorating, creating an oasis of calm. Here, in this quietude, his mind began to wander freely, and he felt thoughts rising to the surface that had long been buried beneath the noise of daily existence. He realized that amidst the chaos, he had lost touch with himself. Dreams that once danced vividly in his mind had faded into the background. Fears that loomed large had gone unacknowledged, and desires that sparked joy had been drowned out by the demands of everyday life. In this moment of silence, he could finally hear his own voice, the voice that whispered of passion and purpose, of longing and hope. Alex's heart raced as he reflected on what truly mattered to him. He envisioned the art he had always wanted to create, pieces filled with emotion and authenticity. He thought of the adventures he yearned to embark on, traveling to distant lands, meeting new people, experiencing life in all its colors. His fears emerged, too, raw and unfiltered. He confronted the insecurities that had held him back, the fear of failure that had silenced his creativity for too long. With each realization, he felt a shift within himself. The silence had sparked a change. It illuminated paths he had forgotten existed. It was as if the quiet allowed him to reconnect with his core, stripping away the layers of expectation and obligation that had clouded his vision. In this newfound clarity, Alex recognized that silence wasn't just an absence of noise. It was a powerful tool for self-discovery and growth. Emboldened by this experience, Alex decided to seek out more moments of silence in his daily life. He committed to setting aside time each day, whether it was early in the morning or late at night, to step away from distractions and simply be with himself. He found joy in these moments of solitude, exploring nature trails, sitting by a quiet lake, or even meditating in his room. Each experience deepened his understanding of who he was and what he truly wanted. Through this journey into silence, Alex began to reclaim his passion for art, pouring his heart into every brushstroke and color choice. He started to dream again, not just of what could be, but of what he truly desired. With each quiet moment, he built a more profound connection to himself, one that inspired him to live authentically and courageously. In embracing silence, he discovered a treasure trove of insights and inspiration waiting for him, revealing that sometimes the loudest voices come not from the outside world, but from the deep wells of our own hearts. So, what is it about silence that holds such power? To truly grasp its significance, we first need to explore how it enhances our creativity. In a world buzzing with constant stimulation, phone alerts, loud conversations, background music, our brains often struggle to focus. This ongoing noise creates a mental clutter that can stifle our creative flow. Research indicates that when we deliberately step away from these distractions, our minds can enter a state that fosters innovative thinking and inspiration. Consider those moments when your mind feels unexpectedly free, like when you're in the shower, the water cascading down, while the mundane tasks of the day fade away, or perhaps during a long drive where the road stretches ahead and thoughts can roam. Have you ever experienced a sudden eureka moment during these times? It's not just coincidence. These periods of quiet allow our brains to engage in what scientists call default mode network activity. This state encourages daydreaming and mind-wandering, which are crucial for connecting disparate ideas and generating creative solutions. Let's take Alex as our example again. Before he discovered the power of silence, he often found himself staring at a blank canvas, frustrated and uninspired. The noise of the city and his busy lifestyle clouded his mind. However, once he made a conscious effort to embrace silence, everything changed. As he sat in his studio one afternoon, the world outside quieting down, he felt a shift within him. In that stillness, his mind began to roam freely, exploring thoughts and ideas that had been buried under layers of distraction. In the silence, Alex began to envision his artwork in vivid detail, colors that seemed to jump off the canvas, forms that danced in the air. He found himself experimenting with new techniques and styles, merging influences he had never considered before. The quiet allowed him to tap into his subconscious, where his deepest passions and inspirations resided. It was as if the silence opened a door to a creative reservoir he hadn't known existed. Moreover, silence creates a safe space for exploration and experimentation. Without the pressure of external judgment or the cacophony of competing ideas, Alex could play with concepts that might have felt too risky in a noisier environment. He began to experiment with abstract forms, letting his brush move fluidly without a predetermined outcome. In these moments of quiet, he discovered that failure wasn't something to fear, but rather a stepping stone to deeper understanding and creativity. Each stroke became a conversation with the canvas, unhindered by outside influences. Research also supports this idea. Studies have shown that environments with lower levels of noise lead to higher levels of creative output. In one fascinating experiment, participants who worked in a quiet setting produced more innovative solutions compared to those who worked in a noisy environment. This finding aligns perfectly with Alex's experience. As he sought out silence, he found his creativity not only blossoming, but evolving into something uniquely his own. Additionally, silence allows for reflection. After immersing himself in a creative project, Alex would often take a moment to sit quietly, contemplating what he had created. In those moments, he could evaluate his work with fresh eyes, understanding what resonated and what didn't. This process of reflection is crucial for growth as an artist and a thinker. It helps refine ideas and inspires new directions, leading to even greater breakthroughs in his work. Ultimately, the power of silence lies in its ability to provide us with clarity and space. By quieting the noise around us, we open the door to a world of creativity, allowing our minds to connect the dots in ways we often overlook amid the chaos. For Alex, this journey into silence became a transformative experience, leading him to discover not just the artist within, but a deeper understanding of himself. In a world that often prioritizes noise and activity, embracing moments of silence can become our greatest ally. It invites us to explore, to innovate, and to truly listen to our inner selves. Through this practice, we can unlock creativity we never knew we had, just like Alex did on his journey to find inspiration and artistic fulfillment. Next, let's dive into the transformative concepts of mindfulness and self-awareness. In our fast-paced, ever-connected world, we often find ourselves rushing from one task to the next, distracted by a barrage of notifications and responsibilities. In this whirlwind of activity, it's all too easy to forget to check in with ourselves. We move through our days like automatons, often unaware of the thoughts and feelings swirling within us. This is where silence can play a vital role, offering a unique opportunity for introspection and reflection. Imagine yourself in a quiet room, the world outside fading away. You close your eyes, and for a moment, you allow yourself to simply be. As you sit there, you begin to focus on your breath. With each inhale, you draw in a sense of peace, a calming energy that fills your body. You feel the cool air flowing in, refreshing your mind and spirit. With each exhale, you consciously release tension, letting go of stress, anxiety, and the noise of everyday life. It's a simple, yet profound practice, a way to connect with your inner self. This practice of mindfulness is not just about the act of breathing. It's about creating space to understand our emotions better. When Alex started incorporating mindfulness into his routine, he realized how beneficial it was to carve out time for silence. In those quiet moments, he began to explore his thoughts and feelings more deeply. Rather than pushing aside worries or burying frustrations, he faced them head-on. Silence became a mirror, reflecting his inner landscape, his fears, joys, and aspirations. Through mindfulness, Alex discovered the power of emotional awareness. As he practiced sitting quietly with his thoughts, he found that certain feelings would surface, perhaps the anxiety about an upcoming exhibition or the excitement of exploring new techniques. By acknowledging these emotions instead of suppressing them, he learned to respond rather than react. This shift was profound. It allowed him to approach challenges with a sense of calm and clarity. Moreover, this journey into silence and mindfulness cultivated gratitude within him. In moments of stillness, he began to reflect on the things he often took for granted: his supportive friends, the beauty of nature, the opportunity to create art. With each breath, he focused on these blessings, letting them fill his heart. This practice of gratitude transformed his perspective. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by what he lacked, he became attuned to the richness of his experiences. As Alex continued to meditate and embrace silence, He also noticed an increase in his resilience. Life, as we know, can be unpredictable. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable. However, with a solid foundation of mindfulness, Alex felt better equipped to navigate the ups and downs. The moments of silence helped him cultivate a sense of inner strength and adaptability. When faced with criticism or obstacles in his art, instead of spiraling into self-doubt, he could pause, breathe, and approach the situation with a clear mind. This resilience became a powerful ally, allowing him to persevere and grow. Furthermore, mindfulness through silence isn't just about personal benefits. It can improve our relationships too. When we take the time to check in with ourselves, we become more present and attentive to those around us. Alex found that after his moments of reflection, he could engage more fully in conversations, truly listening to others rather than being distracted by his own thoughts. This enhanced awareness fostered deeper connections as he could empathize with friends and loved ones more profoundly. Incorporating silence and mindfulness into daily life can take many forms. For Alex, it began with a few minutes of meditation each morning where he set intentions for the day ahead. He explored nature walks, where the quiet surroundings encouraged him to reflect on his emotions and experiences. He even created a cozy corner in his studio dedicated to moments of stillness, a sacred space where he could escape the chaos and reconnect with his creativity. Ultimately, silence serves as a powerful tool for mindfulness and self-awareness. By intentionally seeking out quiet moments, we allow ourselves the opportunity to tune into our thoughts, understand our emotions, and cultivate resilience. For Alex, this journey into silence was transformative, leading him to not only discover deeper insights about himself, but also to enrich his relationships and creative endeavors. As we all navigate the noise of life, embracing the stillness can open doors to profound self-discovery and growth, reminding us of the importance of checking in with ourselves in a world that often forgets to pause. Silence also plays a crucial role in our relationships, a truth that often goes unnoticed in our fast-paced, dialogue-heavy lives. Think about the profound power of a shared moment of silence with someone you care about. In those quiet instances, when words fall away, something magical happens. An unspoken understanding blossoms. It speaks volumes about comfort, intimacy, and connection, creating a bond that transcends the need for verbal communication. Consider a time when you were with a close friend, perhaps during a long car ride or sitting together on a park bench. The conversation may have slowed, and for a few moments, you simply enjoyed each other's presence in silence. In that stillness, there's a comforting warmth, a shared experience that deepens your connection. You can feel the weight of the world lift as the noise around you fades into the background. It's as if that silence becomes a sacred space, a refuge where you can simply be yourselves, free from the expectations of conversation. In our dialogue-heavy lives, silence can emerge as a powerful form of communication. It invites vulnerability and honesty, creating a safe environment for deeper conversations. Think about how often we fill silence with words, anxious to avoid discomfort or the perceived awkwardness of not speaking. But when we allow ourselves to embrace silence, we open the door to authentic dialogue. It encourages us to reflect on our thoughts and feelings, creating space for introspection before responding. When Alex began to appreciate silence in his relationships, he noticed a remarkable shift. He found that he was not only listening more, but also engaging with others on a much deeper level. Instead of rushing to fill gaps in conversation, he embraced those pauses, understanding that they were opportunities for connection. In those moments of stillness, he could sense the emotions behind the words, fear, joy, longing, allowing him to respond with empathy and understanding. For example, imagine Alex sitting across from his friend Sarah, who was going through a tough time. Instead of bombarding her with advice or questions, he simply sat in silence, offering her the space to express herself when she was ready. This unhurried approach allowed Sarah to feel safe. She didn't have to articulate her feelings immediately. After a few moments, she began to share her thoughts, and Alex found himself truly listening, not just to the words she spoke, but to the emotions woven into them. This deeper level of understanding fortified their bond, making their friendship stronger. Moreover, silence encourages reflection on our own emotions, enabling us to approach conversations with greater clarity. When we give ourselves the gift of silence, we can process our feelings before sharing them with others. Alex discovered that by taking a moment to pause and reflect, he could articulate his thoughts more clearly, fostering more meaningful exchanges. He became more attuned to the needs of those around him, creating an environment where everyone felt valued and heard. Another fascinating aspect of silence in relationships is its role in conflict resolution. In the heat of an argument, emotions can run high, and words may be spoken in haste that we later regret. By recognizing the power of silence, we can step back during heated moments. Imagine Alex and a close friend in a disagreement. Instead of continuing to argue, he suggested they take a brief pause. In that silence, both could cool down, gather their thoughts, and return to the conversation with a clearer perspective. This simple act transformed the nature of their dialogue, allowing them to approach the conflict with a renewed sense of understanding and respect. In a world that often emphasizes constant communication and connection through technology, the value of silence can be overlooked. Yet, it is in those quiet moments that we often find the deepest connections. Alex learned to cherish silence, not just as an absence of sound, but as a powerful tool for fostering relationships. It allowed him to build a network of deeper connections with friends and family, where each interaction was filled with authenticity and understanding. Ultimately, silence holds the potential to enrich our relationships in profound ways. By creating spaces for unspoken communication, we allow ourselves and others to explore vulnerability and intimacy. When we embrace the power of silence, we cultivate connections that are not only stronger, but also more meaningful, paving the way for deeper conversations and lasting bonds. For Alex, this appreciation of silence transformed his interactions, leading to a life enriched by the beauty of genuine connection and understanding. As we navigate our own journeys through life, embracing silence intentionally can be a transformative practice. In a world saturated with noise, from the incessant buzz of our phones to the constant hum of city life, it's essential to carve out moments of quiet. This practice may seem daunting at first, but starting small can lead to profound discoveries about ourselves. Consider beginning with just a few minutes each day, dedicated to disconnecting from technology. Picture yourself setting aside your phone, stepping away from your laptop, and finding a quiet space in your home or even outside in nature. The idea is to create a sanctuary where you can breathe, reflect, and simply be. This intentional break from the barrage of notifications and digital distractions is your first step into the world of silence. You might start by designating a specific time of day for this practice. Perhaps it's in the early morning before the world wakes up, or in the evening as the sun sets. Find a spot where you feel comfortable, a cozy corner of your room, a favorite chair, or a peaceful spot in your garden. As you settle into this space, take a moment to appreciate the stillness around you. The quiet can feel both foreign and comforting, but allow yourself to embrace it. During these moments of silence, focus on your breath. Inhale deeply through your nose, allowing your lungs to fill completely, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. With each breath, feel the tension begin to melt away. As you become attuned to this rhythm, you may find that your mind starts to wander, perhaps reflecting on your day or the thoughts that have been swirling around in your head. This is perfectly natural. Instead of resisting these thoughts, observe them without judgment. Recognizing what occupies your mind can be an enlightening experience. You might be surprised by what you discover about yourself in these quiet moments. As the external noise fades, your inner voice may emerge more clearly, revealing your thoughts, desires, and feelings that may have been overshadowed by the hustle and bustle of daily life. It's an opportunity to reconnect with your true self, to peel back the layers that society often encourages us to wear. One effective way to deepen this practice is through meditation. If you're new to meditation, you might find guided sessions helpful. Many apps and online resources offer short, accessible meditations designed for beginners. These sessions can guide you in focusing your mind, cultivating a sense of peace, and fostering a deeper connection to the present moment. As you progress, you may choose to try silent meditation, allowing your thoughts to settle naturally as you sit in stillness. Nature walks can also serve as a beautiful way to embrace silence. Imagine stepping outside, away from the frenetic energy of your daily routine, and immersing yourself in the soothing embrace of nature. Whether you walk through a local park, a serene forest, or along a quiet beach, allow yourself to absorb the sights and sounds of the natural world. Listen to the rustling leaves, the gentle babbling of a stream, or the distant calls of birds. These moments of solitude in nature can deepen your appreciation for the world around you and heighten your self-awareness. Simply sitting in a quiet room can also be a powerful way to practice silence. Find a comfortable position, close your eyes, and let your mind wander freely. You may find that creativity flourishes in this space. Ideas you hadn't considered before might bubble to the surface, or perhaps you'll encounter memories or emotions that you've been avoiding, offering an opportunity for reflection and healing. Allow yourself to explore these thoughts without rushing to silence them. The benefits of embracing silence are indeed profound and far-reaching. Research suggests that regular moments of quiet can reduce stress, enhance focus, and improve overall mental well-being. As you cultivate this practice, you might notice an increased ability to concentrate, heightened creativity, and a greater sense of peace in your daily life. Furthermore, incorporating silence into your routine can lead to remarkable improvements in your emotional health, serving as a powerful tool for self-discovery and growth. In our bustling lives, it's all too easy to get swept up in a whirlwind of responsibilities, distractions, and external pressures, often neglecting our own emotional well-being. By intentionally carving out moments of silence, we create an opportunity to pause, reflect, and check in with ourselves, an essential practice for cultivating emotional resilience. Imagine starting your day with just a few minutes of quiet before diving into your routine. You might find a cozy spot in your home, perhaps a comfortable chair by a window, and take a few deep breaths. As you settle into the stillness, allow yourself to tune in to your inner landscape. What thoughts are swirling in your mind? What feelings are present? In this serene environment, you give yourself permission to explore these questions without judgment. By checking in with yourself regularly, you develop a deeper understanding of your feelings and reactions. This introspective practice can unveil emotions that you might have otherwise brushed aside or ignored. For instance, you might realize that a lingering sense of anxiety has been shadowing you, or perhaps you uncover a deep-seated joy you hadn't acknowledged. Recognizing these emotions is the first step toward processing and understanding them. When you can identify what you're feeling, you can begin to explore the why behind those emotions, what triggers them, and how they impact your daily life. As you cultivate this self-awareness, you start to foster greater emotional resilience. Life is unpredictable, and we all encounter challenges, be it personal struggles, work-related stress, or relationship issues. With a clearer understanding of your emotional landscape, you become better equipped to navigate these hurdles. For example, if you find yourself facing a stressful situation at work, your newfound awareness allows you to recognize feelings of overwhelm before they spiral out of control. Instead of reacting impulsively or becoming paralyzed by anxiety, you can take a step back, breathe, and approach the situation with a level head. Silence serves as a sanctuary where you can practice this emotional clarity. Think of it as a mental gym where you train your mind to respond rather than react. When challenges arise, rather than being swept away by a wave of emotions, you can pause and assess the situation from a place of calm. This practice of mindful response leads to more thoughtful decisions, whether that means having a difficult conversation, seeking support, or taking time for self-care. Additionally, this deeper self-awareness enhances your relationships with others. As you become more in tune with your emotions, you also develop a greater capacity for empathy. Understanding your own feelings enables you to relate to the emotions of those around you more effectively. Imagine a scenario where a friend is upset, and instead of simply offering platitudes or advice, you can truly listen and connect with their experience. This emotional resonance fosters stronger bonds and creates a supportive environment where both parties feel valued and understood. Incorporating silence into your routine doesn't have to be a grand commitment. It can be as simple as dedicating a few minutes each day. You might consider journaling during these moments of quiet reflection, jotting down your thoughts and feelings. This practice can further illuminate your emotional landscape, helping you articulate your inner experiences. Over time, you may notice patterns in your emotions, allowing you to address underlying issues and develop coping strategies that work for you. Another effective way to integrate silence into your routine is through mindful meditation. Even just a few minutes each day can yield significant benefits. As you sit in stillness, focus on your breath, and gently acknowledge any thoughts or feelings that arise without judgment. This practice not only strengthens your ability to remain present, but also enhances your emotional resilience. You may find that challenges become less daunting as you learn to approach them with a calm and balanced heart. Ultimately, the journey of incorporating silence into your life is one of self-discovery and empowerment. As you make this practice a priority, you'll likely experience a profound shift in how you relate to yourself and the world around you. The clarity gained from moments of silence allows you to navigate life's complexities with confidence and grace, leading to improved emotional health and well-being. Embrace the power of silence as a tool for fostering emotional resilience, and you'll uncover a deeper connection to yourself and a more balanced approach to the challenges that life presents. As you journey deeper into this practice, remember that there's no right or wrong way to experience silence. It's about finding what resonates with you and allowing yourself to explore this newfound space with curiosity. Whether through meditation, nature walks, or simple stillness, each moment of silence is an invitation to connect with yourself in ways you may have never imagined. So, as you embark on this path of intentional silence, start small and be gentle with yourself. Over time, you'll find that these moments become an essential part of your daily rhythm, offering you the clarity, creativity, and connection that our busy lives often overshadow. Embrace the journey and discover the richness that silence can bring to your life. In conclusion, the power of silence is a tool we can all harness to enrich our lives. Like Alex, we can learn to embrace those quiet moments, allowing them to guide us toward creativity, mindfulness, and deeper connections. So, the next time you find yourself overwhelmed by noise, remember that sometimes the most powerful answers come from simply listening to the silence within. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.